welcome to my video, Getting Tidier. I'm trying to constantly keep on top of the kitchen. Just want to start by saying a massive thank you to all the lovely comments, likes, and all the people who have subscribed to my channel. I can't quite believe it, but the comments that I've had are so lovely and so motivational, so a massive thank you. I also wanted to just apologise for the very first part of this video is quite dark. I need to work out how I can sort my lighting out better in my kitchen in the morning. I just think it's because it's so lovely and bright outside that then makes the kitchen a bit darker, but the rest of the video is not like that. So in this video I'll do lots of washing up. I'm maintaining the kitchen, keeping on top of the kitchen. I put some washing on and then I bring that later through to the lounge. And then I've now sorted out my second cupboard. See, I took your advice. I've taken everything out of the cupboard again. I think I've ended up with about 6 tins of tomatoes, about 6 tins of tomato soup. Who knew I liked tomatoes so much? About 8 jars of like pickle, red onion relish type things. Loads of tea bags, and I was able to get rid of loads and loads of containers. You'll see that later in the video. And then my very last video of the day is just me doing washing and wiping up after dinner, and then I start on that windowsill, which needs a good sort out, remove the things which are flowered and kind of finished for next year, and also give it a good clean. So I'll pick up the video in a little while. So you can see at this point I've emptied the first, well, partly emptied the first shelf. So I empty that completely, then I clean it all. I use elbow grease to clean it because I find that that's the chemicals in it aren't too harsh compared to some other cleaners. and then I use that sort of like green stuff, the stuff that's quite rough, to wipe all round, and then I use a different cloth to wipe it all and dry it all. So after I've done that first shelf, I then look through and realise I've got quite a few duplicates. I've got about 6 things that could go straight in the bin. I've got empty boxes, so lots of things that I could remove, which is really, really good. There was quite a few like plastic containers and boxes that I just didn't need anymore. A couple of jars of jam. It's got the tiniest slither amount of jam. One item that had got some mould starting in it that could just go straight in the bin. And you can see the cupboard door on the left there is open, and that was because my daughter had come in and asked for a snack. And as I opened the cupboard door, because that needs to be sorted out as well, I saw there were some jam tarts sitting there, and I thought, oh, they're not hers, they must be jam tarts that we could eat. And I looked at them, and there was like 3 left right at the back. This is right at the back of the cupboard. There was like 3 left, and the date was some date in 2022. So I don't know how they've been in there for so long. So I put them straight in the bin as well. Now, a couple of people have asked me about the fasts that I've mentioned in a few of my videos, so I just was going to talk a little bit about that. So it's the Daniel fast. If you look online, there's lots of information about it, but it's very strict in terms of what you can eat, and a lot of people do it for like 21 days. So there's certain things that you can eat, certain things you can't eat, and you basically only drink water, which I only really drink water mostly anyway, apart from perhaps 1 coffee a day. In terms of what you can eat, so it's no processed food, there's no sugar, no animal products, and everything has got to be like fruit, vegetables, nuts, seeds, things from the ground. So like we had a vegetable curry, for example. You can have that with potatoes or rice. There's things that you can eat. For lunches we found harder, but we've been having like chickpea and falafel. So, and then at the same time as having a very strict diet, you're also then meant to pray more. But have a little look online. It's very interesting. You can do different types of fast, but we did the Daniel fast for 21 days, and we've got 1 week left. So at this point, you can see I've nearly done that bottom shelf. And then I do the second shelf, which has got loads and loads of like food supplements, vitamins. It's got our pot with medicine in. But in there was loads of like strepsils, you know, the things that you have when you've got a sore throat, and they were starting to leak and get sticky. So I just put them in the bin because they were also past the date. There was aspirin in there, and neither of us use aspirin, so they must have been in there for years. So I got rid of those as well. So I've ended up with quite a lot of space, and if you hang on to the end, you'll be able to see the extra space that I've made in the cupboard, which is fantastic, really. And I'm going to use loads of tins of tomatoes and the tins of soup once we go back to our normal diet, and that will mean the cupboard will be even more empty, and I won't buy things that I've already got in the cupboard, which often happens. So thanks for the advice you gave me. wanted to quickly explain those big containers that you just now see me put into the top shelf. So there's 2 containers there, and they are full of candles, cake bits and pieces, decorations, the silicone cake holders, all those sorts of things. So I was just going through those 2 containers, and I found a couple of candles, pretty candles, but they'd kind of worn down, they'd melted, and you couldn't really use them again. So I thought, what was the point really of keeping them? So I checked with everyone in the house, and we decided to put them on the fire. So that's what I did. So you can see already how much clearer the cupboard's got. I've also found that there were like 2 containers half filled of coffee that could all be put into the one coffee canister, so it was more space saved. Basically my aim was to create space, which is what I managed to achieve. So this is, I'm not going to keep talking now, I'm going to stop here, and you'll see at the end of the video me clearing out all of the windowsill, and I'm going to finish that off tomorrow. So thank you very much again for all your support, your helpful suggestions, your kind words, all very, very much appreciated. I hope you all have had a lovely weekend, and I'll see you in my next video.